It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hi, I'm Artie. I live in Khayelitsha. I'm an urban gardener.
Hello, I'm Willem Villepai Lavender, and I'm from Cape Town, and I'm a natural botanical lover.
Hey, my name is Temba, and I'm just a drummer, crazy, but I'm supporting the gardeners.
Molweni, igama lam ndinxolisa, and I'm from the United Kingdom of Khayelitsha.
Hi, my name is Sonia. I've been vegan for maybe 6 years.
Well, if we speak about food, then it could be taste buds, it could be seeds, vegetables. What do you feed your body? What do you feed your mind? What do you feed your environment with? So food is quite important for me. What we take in is what we accept. That what we reject is what we don't want in our lives. And that's basically food and knowledge. For me, it could be in food and what we eat, and how we express ourselves in food. It's a beautiful expression. It brings people together, conversations. So what do you want to grow out of conversations? Obviously beautiful flowers, conversations and fruit to feed the body, mind and soul, spirit, unconditionally. That is basically sending it out as far as wide into the universe to feed life.
I feel privileged to be here listening to him speaking about food in such a way. I feel like food is supposed to be a conversation sometimes, saying what we're doing here. And I feel like most people are missing those conversations, are missing those informations when it comes to food.
Food has been such a huge way of exploiting others to stop them from being able to grow food for their own selves. You know, reduce stealing land, reducing people to labor, and now again having to have that conversation, and we only see that conversation being held in Woolworths.
For me to buy vegetables, I like to take a taxi and go to the train station. It's the best organic veggies that I can find there. That was picked that morning, straight from the source. And those hands brought it to you, so you eat from the source. And a lot of people don't see that. That tomato he buys in Woolworths, it says organic, but it's been picked somewhere. It's been shipped by a truck so many times before it actually got to the plastic to be wrapped in, and then get to the shelf, and then the consumer just buys it and buys the word organic. But organic is, how original can you get?
Well, what usually people do sometimes in the townships when they eat, they would eat like junk crap food. Let's say I don't have vegetables and stuff to cook. I would just eat rice, plain out. And then I would be like, no, my stomach is not a glass. Nobody would know what I've eaten. Just walk by the streets. But forgetting the knowledge that food, what it does to my immune system, because I'm not getting enough nutrients that I'm supposed to be getting, you know. So that's the crazy story, man, of the inequality in the food system and how it's been controlled by the corporates and how they marginalize people. So this food system is bigger than we.
A lot of us in South Africa is actually reaching back to our ancestors to go, that's those that's still alive, to go and find out about the medicine and not to buy it from the shelf and being tampered by so many companies. It was first think of in food and in medical areas. There's first the thing, how much money can we make? There's not first how many people we can feed or how many people we can heal.
Okay, so with the GMOs, for example, they say, okay, now we want to feed a lot of people. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're modifying these things. But that doesn't even make sense because there's never been any huge effort to go back to that knowledge of sustainability. So once we've made that effort and failed, then we can talk about GMO, whatever. Okay, sure, maybe now you can convince me. But no one has tried to do that. We are just expanding factory farms, animal feed.
The thing is also with GMO, they program seeds to eliminate certain pests. So they will program a seed to say they don't want that worm or that grasshopper to come and eat on the plant. So they make damage as they go. So it's easy for them to say, let's kill a few things so that we can have the best harvest in the end of the day. I don't think that is keeping nature in mind.
Yeah.
You know, so
then they patent the seed.
yeah, so they patent the seed and get rid of the problem. But that causes a problem, long-term problem. On the people eating that, because you don't pick up the diseases straight away. It comes only in 5 to 10 years that you start picking up diseases. And that individual has to now have doctor's costs and to figure out why is he having a skin rash. And then finding out maybe GMO is the problem. So certain products has to be stopped eating and it takes a while. So it's all cost, and then the medical aid is again. That is all things that is linked into the same program system that was designed, I feel.
And the farmers, because it's patented, they're forced to now use those seeds where nature naturally has a life cycle and creates seeds for us to store and reuse. Now farmers are forced to always be buying this patented seed, the patented fertilizer. I mean, that's a huge crisis in India, the farmer suicides. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but the funny thing of all of that's just you guys just been talking about. If you go to the basics of it on a day-to-day living, go ask someone out there, put something that's GMO here and put organic. Tell me which one will they go for?
GM.
Given. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's organic or not. If I have to feed my 5 kids, give me that big potato, give me that big cabbage. That will feed my children. Screw organic. I have kids to feed, for example. So as much as this whole information is nice and so well structured, the GMOs, an average Joe like me who lives in Khayelitsha doesn't give 2 damns about that information if it doesn't feed me. As truthful as it is, even that information in itself is privilege.
I've been through a process where I know young, very good friends of mine, their mom started getting ill because of a lifestyle she had. And she was very ignorant, so their kids is more health-wise, so they'll buy organic, they'll go to the markets on Sundays and they'll buy their weekly vegetables for the family and all that. And they'll go out of their way to get organic eggs. And if they don't get, they won't have. And the mom used to get upset because of it. Why wouldn't she just get her eggs? That's always the same. But she already was ill, and we discovered that with that, I could almost say that generation, almost things has to get to a very bad state before they say opening up for something new.
The term organic, that term doesn't belong in the township, because if you bring that term in the township, you're nuts. What are you talking about? Organics. It belongs somewhere in the suburbs. Vegetarian, vegan. Yeah. Most people that belong in those groups are people who afford to consume food that is sold at high prices. To be a vegetarian in Khayelitsha is like swimming off the mainstream, because everybody eats consume meat like for 7 days a week, and here you are, a vegetarian, vegan.
It goes to how you want this thing to be seen. For example, if we were able to make alcohol so amusing and easy to access that kids are drinking crazy, well, how couldn't we do the same thing with spinach? For example, most of us, before we were so food conscious, we grew up with spinach, seeing it as bleh, spinach or broccoli. And everything around us, every meat, even the way it was being cooked, said bleh. So we grew up in that same exposure. And the only thing that was romanticized and put beautifully, your meat, your steaks. Even in ads, you see that cut that falls in slow motion with that gravy just dribbling down. So it's how you just show the thing. So it goes with vegetables. If you can put this nice chopped carrot, you see, it's not like the whole carrot. like that. It's nice and chopped. It's like, there's like fish fingers in a way. It's just nice done. And then it's how you present things. And for me, I don't think now it's about telling people what's organic or not mainly, because a lot of people don't have time to listen to that. It's first getting them to actually like the vegetables for them to actually even care about if it's organic or not. Because if you're not getting them eating healthy, why would they even care if it's organic or not? Because they don't even care it's healthy in the first place.
Parents think that kids don't like vegetables. If you look at all these ads, they try and put vegetables into this picture where you have to force your kid to eat it. You have to force your kid to eat it. And then in the end, people don't even know how to make vegetables tasty. You buy it in a can. And then, of course, that we're not going to have an appetite for that. It doesn't taste like anything. And so we have this image with advertising that kids hate vegetables and you need to force them to eat vegetables. But why? I'm sure if your kid just grows up with vegetables around them, you feed them fruit instead of sweets. If you can do that, they're
gonna go out. They're gonna go to school and find sweets.
That TV. No, of course, that's an issue.
We turn off the TV, but still we get the peer pressure. With the issue of drinks. Drinking in Khayelitsha is crazy, me bro. Tell you, like, straight up. You talk about alcohol, for instance. If you could count how much money is spent on alcohol in Khayelitsha and measure on how much you spend on education, we wouldn't be striking for fees, man. We'd just be paying fees with our own money.
It always goes back to the point of how is it being shown, or who is being used to actually be more effective in it. So it's how you show it and in which glance you're making it being seen through. Because if you're using someone that kids admire, of course they're going to want it. It's like, for example, I'll use these other big European players, your Lionel Messi's, they're playing in the UEFA final. Who sponsors the UEFA Champions League? Heineken. So Messi wins the final, he grabs a Heineken, just achieved something. One kid, as they grow up, think, yeah, man, actually, when I'm old enough, I'm 18, I should buy Heineken, It's a star player drink, So it's like they say, man, men who work hard should deserve a black label, So it's one of those things that it's how it's being shown. A lot of things are glorified. And then they always speak in that quick, soft voice, blah, 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 and then what happens? They don't tell you, like, what's written behind the product, what it has. It's like your T's and C's kind of thing. You never hear it at the end of the advert. You always hear the good stuff. And then you always hear it later when it's messed up. So it's how it's being exposed. It always goes to that. So for us, in order to change people's perspective, we should change the approach of not coming like, Coke is bad, Coke is bad. Just come with an alternative. Tell them, okay, Coke is bad because of this and this and this, and this is what I have that's better. It's like Sonia said, why not use fruit instead of sweets?
So we in Africa actually sit with so much knowledge that's got so many richness in it that we have to keep home and share with those that's willingly to share it for the same reasons. So we sit with a lot of beautiful spirits here. We just need to tap into that we already know. And we guide ourselves by eating. What is good, what's not good, what to take in, what's not, and what brings joy and adventure.
So this is bigger than us, I'm not going to act like I'm a Marvel superhero. I'm a human. So I'll do what I can within my means. If it helps someone who's close to me, even if it's one or two, that's just what I could do. It's my capacity at this time and point in life.
My dream is for us to understand and overthrow the systems that are currently in place.
My dream is for beautiful human beings to be free and thinking.
My dream is health for everyone.
My dream is total emancipation of people.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.
Unconditionally. That is basically sending it out as far as wide into the universe to feed life.
I feel privileged to be here listening to him speaking about food in such a way. I feel like food is supposed to be a conversation sometimes.
Food knowledge, for me, it could be in food and what we eat, and how we express ourselves in food. It's a beautiful expression. It brings people together, conversations. So what do you want to grow out of conversations? Obviously beautiful flowers, conversations and fruit to feed the body, mind and soul, spirit. Well, if we speak about food, then it could be taste buds, it could be seeds, vegetables. What do you feed your body? What do you feed your mind? What do you feed your environment with? So food is quite important for me. What we take in is what we accept. That what we reject is what we don't want in our lives. And that's basically food.
It was a can.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap, but it's nice.
Hi, I'm Artie. I live in Khayelitsha. I'm an urban gardener.
Hello, I'm Willem Willipay Lavender, and I'm from Cape Town, and I'm a natural botanical lover.
My name is Temba, and I'm just a drummer, crazy, but I'm supporting the gardeners.
Molweni, igama lam ndinxolisa, and I'm from the United Kingdom of Khayelitsha.
Hi, my name's Sonia. I've been vegan for maybe 6 years.